Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom, mercy and safety to all of the Aki on the highways and byways, preaching the word in sincerity and in truth, and a healthy shalom to the elect. All right, back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, it is edifying. All right, so yeah, man, I got a couple of articles that I ran into. It's on pretty much mainstream media news. But you know, as we are supposed to do, we are supposed to tie these things in with prophecy, with the scriptures, because it just all ties in. And while the world looks at these news articles, these breaking news events, it stays right there with them. They're not able to equate it with Bible prophecy, and they just haven't been given the Spirit to do so. They are not blessed with the eyes to see and ears to hear. So, here we are through the Spirit tying this stuff in. So, two major. It's gonna be a quick lesson. Two major events just happened, maybe within 2 weeks of each other. We'll start here. Going into the Biden impeachment, okay, for shady business dealings, okay, and then the next one would be the Trump being disqualified for presidency. Hey, these are not small. This ain't some small shit, man. You know what I'm saying? These big, huge events, okay? Two big news stories, okay? They trying to get Biden out of there, and they saying that Trump can't run. He can't be elected president, okay? Now, who knows where that's going to go in the upcoming days, but the point I wanted to make through the Spirit was that I'm sure all of you who are in the know, we've been hearing that there will be no election in 2024. Okay? We've been hearing there will be no election in 2024. Okay? So we don't know how this thing is going to happen, how it's going to twist and flip and land, but we do know that this is an old shit moment. All right? I'll read a little bit of this. Witness in House GOP impeachment inquiry says no evidence Joe Biden involved in family business dealings. Well, we know these devils are shady and they do all kind of foul and vile shit. It says Republican investigators leading the impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden interviewed another witness on Monday as they hunt for evidence showing the president financially benefited from his family's business dealings. Okay, it says here the committee on Monday interviewed Carol Fox, a trustee for AmeriCorps, a now bankrupt healthcare company. She was asked about her knowledge of the president's brother, James Biden, and a $600,000 loan AmeriCorps gave to James Biden. So these devils in these positions, these governors, these senators, these people in these positions, these lawmakers, from the president on down, they all do shady business. They're all grimy, greasy ass niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? They all are from the top to bottom, and so they're trying to impeach Creepy Joe on these grounds. And I think there's a couple of other things, but I'm not sure. But the bigger issue is the point I'm trying to make in this lesson is that we've been hearing that there will be no 144. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Shah Bashem Kakudash. We've been hearing that there will be no elections in 2024. Okay, because the Colorado Supreme Court rules Trump is disqualified from presidency. Okay, for January 6th riots. So again, we don't know how this stuff is going to land. But we do know these two major events, these two major things happening simultaneously within weeks of each other are indicators, okay? They're indicators. And that's what we are to do. We are to spiritually seek this stuff out, okay? And tie it into the scriptures, okay? So I'm going to just get a couple of scriptures really quick. Where do I want to start? I want to start let's start in Mark, all right? Let's start with Mark 3 and 24. Okay, wanted to get this quick lesson in before I have to get on a call for work. So this is Mark 3 and 24. It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Esau try to take down Esau. Scriptures talk about that as well. We're seeing E trying to take E down. They ain't getting along. All right. So this is a lot of internal fighting happening amongst these devils. They can't get it together. They can't get right. All right. It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. All right. We know America can't stand. We know America, that leg is shaking. That leg is shaking and is about to give out. It says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. All right. So this is very symbolic. Okay. To America, they don't get along. They and now, mind you, let's keep this in mind as well. All right. These devils are very tricky as well. They do want the masses to be of the mindset that, they're against each other, yada, 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 right? But they're really all for one agenda, which is true. But we still do also know that there's a lot of disagreements, okay, and a lot of stuff that they don't agree on, all right? And they can't get right amongst themselves, all right? And that's all the work of the Lord bringing this place down. So let's read it again, Mark 3 and 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And we're seeing this kingdom is divided against itself, okay? Republicans trying to take down the Democrats trying to take down the Republicans, okay? But ultimately, they all agree on the ultimate RFID, all right? CHIP, okay? With that we do know. All right, so let's and 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. Okay, so we do know that this is all culminating to a very, very horrific end for America, for Babylon the Great. The second point about these news articles coming out is that this can very well cause a lot of civil unrest. Okay, because that Trump fan base is different. Them crackers is wild. You know what I'm saying? And they riding for Trump. You know what I'm saying? So we may see, this stuff spill into the streets. Okay, this is going to be wild. 2024 is geared up to be absolutely chaotic. All right, and we're here for it. Lord willing, we are all covered, but we're here for it. All right. So that's another point. OK, one of the points is that there may be no elections in 2024, which we've been hearing. And the second point is this civil unrest might really kick off. The beloved elder bro, Amawanga Bar just did a lesson on E riding around with machine guns on their trucks. Right. Like, bro, it like ready to mow Jake down. So again, we filter all of these things through the spirit, man. We don't take this stuff and try to get too deep and and get all bugged out about it. We see it, scriptures pop in our heads. We know what has to happen. We know what's going to happen. Thus say the scriptures. We go get the scriptures and we bring it out to the best of our ability. All right, and that's what we're doing. Okay. Let's keep going. I got a couple more minutes. Let's go to I'll go to second Ezra. Let's go. Second Ezra's 9:1. Okay? Second Ezra's 9:1. Classic scripture. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay? So we are measuring the time. Okay? We have a spiritual measuring stick, and we are measuring the times with these articles, with these breaking news events. Okay? With watching Esau try to take each other down. We know the times that we're in. Okay? And we were told to measure the times diligently. Okay? Diligently, continuously, measure the time. Look at everything that's happening. The daily news, all of the news events that's coming out. It's so much happening, man. There's so much happening. And the Akim who are doing this work in sincerity and truth are bringing it the F out, bro. Every day, every single day, things are popping off. All right. So we can measure the time diligently. Okay. Because there's so much stuff coming out. All right. And when thou seest part of the sign pass, Salakia, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay. And the world is the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is visiting the planet Earth in more ways than one. All right. So let's keep going. Let's get back to the blue letter. Let's go to, where do I want to go? I'll go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 24. We'll start at, let's start at 7. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. We are seeing that. Okay, we are seeing external fighting. We are seeing internal fighting. Okay, we're seeing it. Okay, and we do know all these are the beginning of sorrows. 2024 in the spirit, I say this as a man, is going to be crazy. It's going to be lit. The wick is already lit. All right, it's already lit. Right, and these articles that I'm bringing out now is more proof that 2024 is going to be wild. Okay, and we could very well see that civil unrest really tip over. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Let's go to the book of. No, you know what? No. Let's stay there. I had something else in Matthew. Salakia, Matthew 24. We're gonna jump down. We're gonna jump down to 12. Salakia. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, it's gonna be so wild out here. It's gonna be so treacherous in desperate times. Okay, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see things that our daily necessities be taken from us. Okay, but something has to kick off. All right, this civil unrest. Hey, people gonna be mad about Trump, mad about Biden, but that spurs into a whole bunch of other. That spirals into a whole bunch of other issues. Okay, so we are watching this thing collapse through the spirit, and my goodness, are we excited? Okay, let's jump down to 21. It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay, so great tribulation is coming. Okay, and we know a part of that tribulation is going to be insurrections, it's going to be civil unrest, it's going to be neighbors fighting against neighbors, differences of opinion happening. People going to be killing each other out here, man. Right? People going to be trying to ride on the government, overthrow the government. We are getting ready to see great tribulation in a lot of different ways. Okay, but it's all going to tip over. It's all going to culminate and tip over, and this place is going to fall. All right. All right. So now let's go to the book of Jeremiah, and we'll close out here. All right. This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay? So these events that are happening, we are watching the temperature rise. We are watching the volcano of events rise. And soon that lava is going to spill. Is going to spill. Okay? And Jacob's going to be in trouble. All right, the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because think about it. When these devils start rolling, and in these events that I'm speaking of, okay, with this, it might not be no presidency. They might institute the martial law. It's going to get wild out here. But the target is really Jake. Okay? So we are going to have to go through some harsh, horrific things. And we're comforted by the scriptures because we know the elect is going to be saved. We pray that we are in our lots as the elect. And we want to watch this thing. We want to watch this thing happen. Okay, it's going to be a very, very, very tough, scary, difficult time on the planet Earth. And hey, we know what comes after that. All right, so we're chanting this place down, doing what we're commanded to do, bringing out this truth, measuring the time diligently, and reporting on it. All right, we're being watchmen as we were commanded to be. All right, so that's all I got for now. Colorado Supreme Court rules Trump is disqualified from presidency. Them rednecks, Esau, they out there bugging. They are not happy about that. And I know Trump will probably appeal or whatever again. So we don't know where it's going to land. But we do know that this is very, very, very wild. And we do know about the impeachment inquiry, okay, against Creepy Sleepy Joe. All right. So, hey, these two events could very well spill over into a huge, huge mess in 2024. Again, keeping in mind, we've been told, right? We've been seeing a lot of things that there will be no elections in 2024. OK, we don't know how that's going to happen. We don't know if they're going to put a puppet in there. We don't know if they're going to bring in martial law, shut this place down. Who knows? But we know that it's going down. That's all I got. Call hello, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom to the next one.